Hello everyone, Mr. Kaskas here with some information and updates regarding the return to full face-to-face learning for our students beginning March 15th. The first phase in our district's two-part approach to fully returning students to school is the next step on the path towards getting us one more step closer to the normal we have all been yearning for the last year. This is indeed an exciting time. However, we also recognize that there may be some nerves about students coming back to school in a full face-to-face model. And we are here to do everything we can to help students feel comfortable and be successful. As we begin full face-to-face learning, we will be continuing with the safety protocols we have had in place during our hybrid approach in terms of hallway traffic, room sanitation, and not using lockers at this time. We also ask that student drivers continue to remain in their cars until 7:05 prior to first hour in order to help spread out students during the arrival phase of our school day. One thing that we do recognize will be different in full face-to-face versus hybrid is the level of social distancing that we have in our classrooms. Our teachers are going to do everything they can within their classrooms to create as much distancing as possible. However, the reality will be such that we will not be able to have the same kind of distancing that we had during hybrid. However, even with that said, continued adherence to mask protocols, hand washing, maintaining distance when possible will help to mitigate risk in terms of virus spread. Up until this point, although we've had COVID cases and quarantines, none of those cases have been related in terms of the virus having been spread in our school building. The cases we've had to date since the beginning of the second semester represent 0.5% of the student body at the 10-12 building, which is a very small portion of our students. With our safety protocols in place and the current data in terms of current levels of community spread, the probability of a COVID issue originating in our school building is very, very low. I offer this information to try and provide reassurance and hopefully ease minds, not to minimize the fact that the pandemic is certainly not yet over. We must continue to keep in mind that just because the probability of encountering COVID at school is extremely low, and we do feel very confident that our school environment is safe, that doesn't mean we can be lax in our approach. The virus is still here. It has not gone away. And until the probability of contracting COVID-19 is zero, we must all continue to work together to keep everyone safe. Our success will continue to depend on how well everyone does their part. So far, everyone has done a great job in following our procedures and protocols to protect safety. We will need to be even more dedicated with more students in the building. I know we can do it, and I know we will. The schedule for our classes upon return on the 15th will be that students will attend all 6 classes for 45-minute class periods Monday through Thursday. There will be no lunch periods during this first phase of our return to face-to-face learning. School will be dismissed at 12:10 and students will make their way home. Free grab-and-go lunches will be available for students on their way out at dismissal. One thing to note though, even though we are not charging for the grab-and-go lunch, students will still need to swipe their ID card at the register. The school day does not end at 12:10 though. After students arrive home and have lunch, we will have an online remote support period beginning at 1 o'clock lasting until 2:11. This period will offer an opportunity for students to meet with their teachers virtually through Microsoft Teams for extra support, to get questions answered, etc. Even if students might not think they have additional support needs, this is a great time to get started on homework or studying. Sometimes it's after students start working on something that they realize that they have questions, or they might get a little stuck. If students take advantage of the 1 o'clock to 2:11 support period to get started on their work and they run into any trouble, they will have access to their teachers, so that'll be a help. The schedule I've just described will apply to Monday through Thursday from March 15th until spring break. On Fridays, students will attend all 6 classes remotely through Teams for 59 minutes per class. There will be no remote support periods on remote Fridays, just 6 regularly scheduled class periods. Remote Fridays will occur on March 19th and March 26th. After spring break, we'll be administering the SAT, ACT work keys, and PSAT tests. Details regarding that schedule will be forthcoming. And then beginning April 19th, students will attend all 6 classes for 59 minutes per class, and we will offer lunch during the school day as we traditionally have. We are currently finalizing our plans to address lunch with more students back in the building April 19th and beyond. The goal of our plans will be to offer additional areas in the buildings as locations for students to eat lunch, including places like the community room, media center, auditorium, and aux gym. We are also exploring additional options as well. Our goal is to disperse students during lunch to the point that we can have the atrium look very much like it does right now during lunches during hybrid learning. We have begun working with our student leaders to get their feedback on some of our lunch plans and are looking forward to putting the final details in place over the next few weeks. In terms of one of our primary management and logistical issues, we also want to share some information regarding parking when we return to full face-to-face learning. General admission parking without requiring parking tags will continue to be permitted. We continue to ask that students register their vehicles online if they are going to start driving to school on the 15th. Drivers who have already registered their vehicles through our online form do not need to do so again. Also, we've finalized the marking of expired personalized parking spots from last school year with a green stripe so that we can honor our current painted personalized spots. Green means go. So if a student driver drives up to a painted spot with a green stripe, that spot is available for general admission parking. If a painted spot does not have a stripe, it is a current active personalized spot and is reserved for the person who purchased it this year. We appreciate everyone's cooperation in honoring our personalized parking spots purchased this year by our seniors. This is an exciting time as we prepare to bring more students back to the building on a daily basis. But as I said earlier, we also recognize it may cause some stress and anxiety for some as well. Wherever you are at in terms of your thoughts and feelings regarding a return to full face-to-face instruction, always know that the staff at Dakota High School is committed to doing everything possible to provide the safest environment and the highest quality education for all of our students. We appreciate your continued support, and we look forward to our in-person students, seeing them every day on a 4-day per week basis starting on the 15th of March. Thank you for tuning into this message, and take care.